A lot of people have the misconception that you're just thrown on the register. Honestly, if it's your first day, Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Patricia, and in today's video we're going to be covering what to expect on your first day of Publix as a cashier. I did a what to expect on your first day of Publix as a bagger video. If you guys want to check that out, I strongly suggest you do. I think every front end role at Publix is important to know about, simply because regardless of you being a cashier, there's still days where you're gonna have to bag, and regardless of you being a customer service associate, there's still days where you're gonna have to cashier and bag, and etc. There's sometimes baggers who need a cashier, so it's always good and beneficial to know all the roles and how they work, and show the managers that you know what you're doing. That way it makes you more of an asset to the company. This video is similar to the what to expect as a bagger video. Obviously when you get to the store, it's your first day, get there a few minutes before. When you walk in, go straight to the break room unless you don't know your pin. If you don't know your pin, which is what you're going to use to obviously punch into the pin pad in the break room, then go ahead and get a manager, because they're the only ones who have access to that type of information. But if you do know your pin, obviously then you don't need a manager. You're going to go to the break room and you're going to go to the punch pad. The punch pad consists of 4 buttons, which is in, start meal, end meal, and out. Obviously if you're coming into your shift, you're going to hit the in button, put your pin, and then click enter. If you're starting your meal, you're gonna hit start meal and then put your pin and then press enter, and so on. It's kind of like obvious, like if you're gonna end your meal, you're gonna hit the end meal button, stuff like that. But if you have any questions, you can always ask anybody. I mean, even the people in the break room can tell you. You don't need to go and call a whole manager. Now once you hit that in button, you put in your pin and you click enter, you're officially on your Publix shift. Make sure you don't waste time once you're on Publix's time, because they do manage that. They have a whole bunch of cameras, stuff like that. So don't try to be slick, especially if it's like your first day, because Publix will not give you hours. They might not fire you, but if they don't like the way you're working or feel like you're wasting too much time, they will give you 0 hours. And I'm being very, very serious about that, because a lot of times I know the young generation could be like, they just say that they're not going to do it. No, they really will. They have. So trust me. Make sure you give a good impression, especially if it's your first day. Once you're on the clock, go ahead and come out, go to the customer service desk. In the customer service desk, they're probably going to be expecting you, and they probably already know that you're new. But once you get there, you can, say, hey, how are you guys doing? Whatever, my name is so-and-so. If you want to introduce yourself, that's completely fine. You can let them know that you're new, even though they'll probably already know that, because keep in mind, the front end associates kind of know one another. So once they see a new face, they're gonna know you're new. Now they're the ones who are gonna tell you what register to go on. So obviously if you're a cashier, you're gonna be like, hey, my name is Tim, whatever, I'm new here, what register should I go on? On the customer service desk is going to be the schedule, which shows us who's working that shift, what time they leave, what time they start their break, stuff like that. So you can go ahead and let them know and be like, hey, what register should I go on? Sometimes, there's certain customer service associates who will write down the register that you're supposed to go on next to your name on the schedule. But sometimes, the customer service associates will have the schedule in one of their drawers, even though they're not supposed to. But sometimes the schedule won't be there for you. Sometimes, they'll forget to write what register you should go on. So just make sure you ask them just to double check. And then once they let you know, hey, you should go on number 7, number 6, whatever register, go ahead and walk to your register. Usually if it's your first day, a lot of people have the misconception that you're just thrown on the register. Honestly, if it's your first day, they'll probably have you in the back of the store doing CBTs, which are computer training tests in the back offices, and you just learning stuff about Publix in these tests. And they're pretty standard, they're pretty easy, but that's what they'll have you doing. But I know probably you're clicking this video as in terms of what you're going to be expecting once you're on the actual register. So that's what I'm here to explain to you guys. But like I said, most of the time, your first day, you'll be in the back doing some type of test on a computer, or learning some type of stuff about, or learning something about Publix on these computers. But once it's your first day on these registers, you're not going to be just thrown there like a shark, all by yourself. You're going to be there with somebody else. They're going to probably put somebody to work your same exact shift with the same exact break and everything, so you can kind of overshadow them. Depending on the person, they might let you touch the register quicker than other people, because sometimes people are oh, I want her to wait 2-3 days. I just want her to watch me for 2-3 days. But then there's some people who are oh, you know what? She's got it. She could go ahead and try the register. your trainee is not supposed to leave you, and if you have any questions, that's a designated person who's supposed to answer your questions. But like I said, a lot of the Publix employees are known to be nice. Like, that's what we're known for, and for the most part, they always are nice. So if you have any type of question, feel free to ask anybody. But if you have like this one person designated to you, you know, ask her or ask him, because that's what they're there for. Usually the trainee is extra nice, extra good at teaching people how to do stuff, so don't feel like you're in bad hands. And if you are, you can always, you know, ask one of the managers or ask somebody else for advice on how to do something. Like I said, the trainee will kind of like decide if you should go on the register or not. They're not just going to throw you on a register if they feel like you don't know what you're doing. Once you're on the register, most of it is swiping. Then it gets more into the complicated stuff, which is like produce and stuff, which obviously you have to weigh on the scale and you put a specific code. It's not that stressful, guys. Like, sometimes it's a little hard to explain on camera what it is that these cashiers do, and I know especially when you have to deal with WIC and stuff like that, or like coupons, it does get very challenging. I mean, I definitely think a lot of people downplay the positions that people do in a grocery store. I mean, it can be very challenging. But like I said, if you get, for example, some grapes and you don't know how to bring it up because it's obviously not a barcode, it's kind of like you have to weigh it and put it in manually and stuff like that, ask your trainee to teach you. All this stuff is definitely learnable. Guys, once you get on a register, I did a what to expect as a cashier video, but once you get on a register, guys, like, you don't have to be doing math. A lot of people come with that misconception as well. It's not math that you're doing. You're going to put in the system how much money the person gave you, and the system's going to let you know that you have to give them back $2.33. You don't do it up here. The system does it for you. Coupons. If you're a cashier, just ask a customer service associate, hey, should I take this coupon? We're allowed to take one store coupon and one manufacturer coupon per item, and you have to read the fine print because a lot of people try to be slick with these coupons. Obviously, if it's a Publix coupon, we could take those. If she has 30 coupons and like 5 items, you know, that's definitely a red flag. Don't do that one, because then you're gonna get in trouble. But like I said, if you have a coupon problem, be like, just give me 1 second. Besides, you're probably going to need an override anyway, which means like something went wrong in the system and, you know, somebody needs to override it just to make sure that you didn't purposely put it in the system wrong. So you're going to need somebody from customer service, because all the customer service associates have an override pin. And when you put coupons, if you put coupons that are more than like $10, you're going to need an override pin anyway. So you might as well call a customer service associate just to play it safe. Guys, do not be slick. It's better to ask than to be sorry. Don't try to, you know, just guess. I think this will work. Let me just put it in like this. Don't think. It's better to know. Publix, obviously you guys know, is a billion-dollar company. They have cameras and they track everything that we do. So your simple mistake can lead into a problem. Now, mistakes happen all the time. So I'm not saying just because, like, if you genuinely, you know, gave somebody back like the wrong change, it's okay. Like, they're not gonna fire you. But if it's consistently happening and you're not asking any questions about it or trying to better it, or, you know, you're trying to be slick with it, you will get into big problems, guys. I wish I could, like, the stuff I speak on in this channel isn't just because I just feel like getting on a camera and just talking my stuff. Guys, when I say 0 hours that they will give you, guys, when I say that they will give you 0 hours, is because it's happened to me. And when I tell you, you will get in big trouble if there's missing money, I've seen somebody get arrested right in front of me. So I'm not saying this stuff to scare you, because honestly, I think anybody's capable of working at Publix, especially as a bagger or even as a cashier. But don't take it as a joke either, guys, because Publix is a pretty good company, and I'll do a separate video on that and explaining like my experiences and stuff. But like I said, even if you don't like the company, you're better off just quitting. But don't do nothing slick, because you can get into legal trouble. That basically just covers everything, guys. I mean, just the fact of me letting you guys know that you will have a trainee. I mean, if you have any type of question, obviously you can ask them. You can ask me. Everything is just, once you get on a register, you scan everything. Produce, you're gonna have to weigh it and put the barcode in. The barcode is always on the fruit, so you just gotta look at the fruit. The fruit will say 4022 or 4111. Like, whatever the barcode says, you're gonna type it in and then press enter, and, you know, it's gonna register it. Coupons, like I said, one store, one manufacturer. And if the coupon policy does get updated, I'll go ahead and do a separate video on that. You can always ask customer service associates. Like, most cashiers do ask the customer service associates about the coupons because a lot of times they don't know, so that's perfectly fine. And if you do need to ask somebody about, you know, the weighing the fruit and stuff because you just simply don't know, go ahead and ask your trainee, ask anybody. Don't just, you know, end up giving it to them for free because you don't know what you're doing. WIC a lot of times has to do with like the EBT cards. That's just like another form of payment. Obviously that's money from the government. So when you pay with those cards, people have to get certain items. They can't just get lobster and then pay with government money. They can't do that. WIC is only registered with like certain items. So for the most part, the customer will know what items they're allowed to get. And if it's not registering, like I said, any type of problem, just take it to customer service because they'll be able to solve your problem most likely and also orient you on the specific, you know, situation. There's so many things that can happen as a cashier, especially like depending on your state. So it's a little challenging to cover every single situation, but if you guys have like any type of question, message them my way. Like I said, I will be dropping a lot more videos having to do with certain situations to expect at Publix. So I got you guys, but just bear with me because, you know, I'm trying to like balance school and work and everything and like filming these videos for you guys. So it might take me a little extra time, but they're coming soon. So make sure you stay in tune, subscribe to the channel, and give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. And like always, message me with any type of questions. I appreciate your time. I appreciate 1K subscribers. We're on our road to 2K, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.